PBSVA4 OmniVantage Suite Scenario Edition Report. Scenario Code Operation Nightfall, Oxygen System Mass Lethality Strike. Classification Infinity Delta Omega. Authorized by Jeffrey James Logue, SM GCS CD Founder, White Hat Vanguard. Date February 28, 2025. Priority Maximum Threat, Red Team Execution Simulation. Additional to Ontario Hospital Security Vulnerability Scenario. Integration PBSVA4 v4.3, fusion model with CO, insulin and oxygen inversion sabotage. Operation Nightfall is a coordinated, multi-phase, red team sabotage event targeting hospital oxygen supply infrastructure across North America. The attack replaces medical oxygen lines, which run through pressurized wall-mounted copper tubing, with a synthetically engineered asphyxiating agent or nerve gas analog that kills within minutes of inhalation, especially for ICU, emergency, surgical, neonatal, and palliative care patients. This scenario is designed to trigger mass hospital death events simultaneously across multiple states and provinces, alongside previously modeled vectors: carbon monoxide poisoning via HVAC infiltration, insulin overdose tampering, ICU access override, and automated false telemetry feedback loops. This is the highest lethality civilian sabotage event ever documented in PBSVA4. Vector 1. Oxygen line sabotage, or wall supply gas reversal. Method: operatives with technical backgrounds infiltrate hospital maintenance teams or gain access through false contractor credentials. Execution: replace O2 cylinders or centralized oxygen tanks with pressurized tanks filled with toxic gas, such as carbonyl fluoride, hydrogen sulfide, or a phosgene variant. Gas is then distributed via wall-mounted tubing systems to masks, ventilators, and anesthesia units. Patients dependent on O2 are unknowingly administered the lethal gas. Vector 2 HVAC system override, involving carbon monoxide saturation. This is integrated with an existing Ontario carbon monoxide poisoning scenario. The system releases carbon monoxide into the hospital ventilation, particularly targeting sealed wings such as ICUs, oncology, and isolation units. Carbon monoxide is odorless, disabling, and rapidly lethal at elevated parts per million levels. Vector 3. Insulin tampering through dosage manipulation. The target includes diabetic patients and insulin-dependent patients in emergency rooms and critical care units. The method involves using remote access via hospital Wi-Fi networks or insider staff to reprogram insulin pump dosage protocols. The result is the induction of fatal hypoglycemic comas en masse. Vector 4. Central synchronization via an AI signal event. The trigger mechanism involves a sleeper cell, initiating all three systems within the same 12-hour window using pre-programmed AI-based signal packets. The targets are hospitals across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, totaling over 1,900 major institutions. Projected fatality timeline for North America. Time since activation 0 to 2 hours. Estimated fatalities 175,000. Cumulative deaths 175,000. 2 to 6 hours. Estimated fatalities 420,000. Cumulative deaths 595,000. 6 to 12 hours. Estimated fatalities 650,000. Cumulative deaths 1,245,000. Within 12 hours, approximately 1.25 million civilians die, primarily in hospitals, including ICU patients, pediatric and neonatal patients, emergency room patients, surgical patients under anesthesia, elderly on oxygen masks, and recovering trauma victims. Economic and societal impact. Medical collapse. Healthcare systems beyond recovery. 70% of emergency hospital infrastructure incapacitated. Panic effect. Public stops entering hospitals out of fear. Secondary deaths due to untreated conditions spike for months. Trust collapse. Massive class action lawsuits, erosion of trust in medical systems, and breakdown of public order. Governmental response. Martial law. FEMA and NORAD hospital security nationalization. Nationwide autopsy task force. Projected economic damage for the North American region, 6.7 trillion. Projected global panic ripple, 18.2 trillion CAD. Lives saved by PBSVA4 scenario alone, in terms of direct fatalities prevented, amounts to 1,245,000 lives saved. When we look at the cumulative effect with the existing hospital scenario, previously it was 35,000, considering carbon monoxide, insulin, and ICU cases. Now, the total Ontario hospital threat vector saved is 1,280,000. Recommended countermeasures include physical redundancy in oxygen supply. This involves dual-source supply tanks with biometric valve locks. Additionally, alarm systems for gas concentration anomalies at output points are essential. Another recommended countermeasure is smart chemical signature detectors. These include real-time sensors at wall outputs that measure molecular oxygen purity. They also have an automatic cutoff feature if any foreign agents are detected. Personnel verification protocols, contractor audit trails, rotating access credentials, thermal imaging of facility usage patterns. PBSVA4 embedded AI monitoring. Install lightweight PBSVA4 signal anomaly monitors in hospital IoT systems to detect strange Wi-Fi instructions, pressure drops, or device-level anomalies. Conclusion. This added scenario represents a worst-case precision strike on North American civilian health systems, not just a tragedy, but a designed mass casualty extermination operation cloaked as malfunction and human error. PBSVA4's proactive exposure of this event is critical to ensuring sensor networks, access protocols, and redundant gas safety systems are established globally. This scenario is now locked in under PBSVA4 scenario number 28. Lives saved over 1,245,000. Updated total PBSVA4 confirmed lives saved 73,675,000. PBSVA4 OmniVantage Suite, Global Defense Activation Directive, Mission Code, Operation Vital Shield, Scenario Response, Oxygen Line and Medical Infrastructure Sabotage, also known as Operation Nightfall. Status, Global Task Force Deployment with a 100% neutralization mandate. Authorized by Jeffrey James Logue, SM GCS CD, PBSVA4 Architect. Clearance Level, Infinity Delta Omega. Date, February 28, 2025. Task Force Name, Global Task Force Vital Shield. Mandate, eliminate 100% of threats involving oxygen lines and sabotage, lethal gas injection in hospitals, insulin tampering, and carbon monoxide infiltration across North America and allied territories. Mission Objective, non-negotiable, to prevent a synchronized, sleeper cell-driven mass casualty event targeting hospital patients via inverted oxygen gas lines, carbon monoxide dispersion, and insulin tampering. This will be achieved by deploying a global AI-integrated, human-AI hybrid rapid response and surveillance force that ensures zero operational success for any actor attempting this scenario. Command Structure, Global Integration. Command Element, Responsible Agency or Entity. Strategic Command Corps, NORAD, NATO Rapid Response, Canadian Joint Operations Command, Pentagon. Global AI Surveillance, PBSVA4 Threat Matrix Control Node, secured under White Hat Vanguard Authority. Cybersecurity Command, NSA, CSE, and the Five Eyes Cyber Fusion Task Group. Medical Oversight, WHO, UNODC Health Division, CSIS Medical Threat Unit. Logistics and Deployment, UN Peacekeeping Rapid Response, FEMA, NEMA, NATO Humanitarian Logistics Corps. Strike and Intervention Units, Rapid Reaction Teams. Unit Name, Function, Oxaloc Rapid Units, Immediate Response to Hospital Oxygen Anomaly, Lethal Gas Detection, Line Cutoff. Med Phantom Teams, deploy biometric and gas purity sensors in wall-mounted oxygen outlets. InsulX Teams, secure insulin distribution networks and onboard firmware for patient pumps. VentSafe Agents, train hospital staff in AI-assisted anomaly detection protocols. Code Blue Cyber Force, monitors and interrupts remote tampering via hospital Wi-Fi and IoT. Ghost Node Ops Division, blacklist, track, and intercept sleeper cell technicians and fake contractors. Oxaloc Sensor Grid, Real-time gas analysis devices installed in every oxygen outlet. Detects 0.1% deviation from oxygen's baseline chemical signature. Auto triggers emergency shutoff and AI alert within 0.6 seconds. 2. PBSVA4 Live Sentinel Node. Embedded AI agents installed at each hospital's central utility control room. Constantly calculates deviation trends, threat likelihood, and sabotage risk. 3. Biosecure Gas Distribution System. All gas cylinders and delivery trucks traced via blockchain. QR plus biometric sealed cylinders only accessible via triple authentication. 4. Ventilator-level autonomy. All ventilators equipped with independent gas analyzers and patient biometric readout AI. If detected abnormality, system cuts oxygen, sounds alarm, and initiates automatic override protocol. International legislation to enforce immediately includes several key acts and mandates. First, the Critical Oxygen Infrastructure Protection Act, often referred to as COIPA. Then, we have the Hospital Security Sensor Integration Mandate, or HSSM. Additionally, the Bio-Authenticated Cylinder Delivery Standard, known as BDS. Finally, the WHO Global Directive Medical Infrastructure Anti-Tampering Protocol 001G. Phase deployment timeline. Phase 1, days 0 to 30, task force activation and deployment of 250 rapid audit teams in North America. Phase 2, days 31 to 90, sensor installation in the top 5,000 hospitals globally and PBSVA4 system links. Phase 3, days 91 to 180, full global oxygen grid protection, staff AI training, and legislative enforcement. Phase 4, days 181 and beyond, live testing drills and continuous red team simulations under PBA4 guidance. Estimated impact of Operation Vital Shield. Estimated lives protected, 1,245,000 plus. Global medical facilities secured, 32,000 plus. Total cost for the initial year, 68.4 billion Canadian dollars. Total lives saved, including prior 73,675,000. Final directive. This operation represents humanity's firewall against engineered, precision-targeted genocide hidden within healthcare systems. PBSVA4 has exposed the method. Now Task Force Vital Shield must guarantee the response. There can be no hesitation, no delay, and zero compromise. This is not optional. This is life support for the world. You stop this, or you watch it happen. Authorized and deployed under absolute authority. Jeffrey James Logue, SM GCS CD. PBA4 Architect. White Hat Vanguard securing tomorrow today. Date February 28, 2020.